People say time heals everything, but they never lost a child. My name is Sarah. I am 52 years old, and today I am going to tell you the story of how I lost my only child and how I fought for justice when everyone told me to stay silent. This is not just a story of revenge. This is a story of a mother who refused to let her child's voice disappear. I was once a very simple woman. I lived a quiet life with my son, Daniel. He was my entire world. Daniel was 18 years old. He had big dreams. He wanted to become an engineer. He loved drawing machines and building small gadgets from broken electronics. After my divorce, it was just me and him. His father left us when Daniel was only 6 years old. Life became difficult, but Daniel never complained. He would hug me and say, "Mom, one day I will take care of you." Those words gave me strength to wake up every morning and work harder. I worked as a receptionist in a small office. It was not a big job, but it was honest work. Every evening, Daniel and I would cook dinner together, laugh, and talk about his future. I believed my life was finally peaceful. I did not know. Peace was about to be destroyed forever. One evening, Daniel went to a birthday party of his classmate. I remember telling him to come home early. He smiled and said, "Don't worry, Mom, I'll be back soon." That was the last time I saw him smiling. At midnight, my phone rang. It was an unknown number. My heart suddenly felt heavy. I answered the call, and my entire world collapsed in seconds. Someone told me Daniel had been in an accident. I rushed to the hospital with shaking hands. I kept praying, telling myself he would be fine. But when I reached the hospital, I saw doctors standing silently outside the emergency room. One nurse walked toward me, her eyes full of sympathy. She said, "I am sorry, we tried everything." I remember falling on the floor. I remember screaming Daniel's name again and again, but he never answered. That night I buried not just my child, I buried my happiness, my dreams, my reason to live. The police told me it was a road accident caused by a drunk driver. They said it was unfortunate but common. But something inside me refused to accept it. Daniel was careful. He never crossed roads without checking. He never rode fast. A few days later, one of Daniel's friends secretly came to meet me. He looked scared. His hands were shaking. He told me the truth. Daniel was not hit by an unknown driver. He was hit by the car of a very rich businessman's son. His name was Victor. Victor was drunk, driving at high speed. And after hitting Daniel, he ran away from the scene. His father used money and power to hide the truth. The police changed reports. Witnesses were threatened. Cameras suddenly stopped working that night. They turned my child's death into a simple accident. That day, my tears turned into something else. They turned into determination. I knew I could not fight them with anger. They were powerful. They had money, lawyers, and political connections. But I had something stronger. I had a mother's patience. I started collecting evidence quietly. I visited the accident location every day. I spoke to small shop owners nearby. Most were scared to speak, but some whispered small details. One shop owner told me his CCTV camera was working that night. He said police forced him to delete footage, but he had secretly saved a copy. When he handed me that video, my hands trembled. I watched Daniel walking peacefully and then a speeding car crashing into him. The driver stepped out of the car and it was Victor. I cried 4 hours after watching that video, but I knew this was my weapon. I went to the police again and showed them the evidence. They refused to reopen the case. They told me to forget the past and move forward. Forget. How could a mother forget her child? I contacted journalists. Many refused because Victor's family was influential. Some told me quietly that they could lose their jobs if they helped me. Months passed. I sold my jewelry and savings to hire an independent lawyer. He believed in my case. He believed in Daniel's truth. We filed a legal petition to reopen the investigation. Victor's family tried to threaten me. I received anonymous calls telling me to stop. Someone even followed me one night. I was scared, but losing Daniel had already taken my biggest fear away. There was nothing left to lose. The courtroom became my battlefield. Victor appeared confident. His lawyers tried to prove Daniel was careless. Hearing them blame my child felt like knives in my heart. But then my lawyer presented the CCTV footage. The entire courtroom became silent. Witnesses slowly came forward. One by one, they confirmed Victor was drunk and driving dangerously. The case reopened after 1 year. Victor's father tried to influence the court, but truth is powerful when it stands with courage. After months of hearings, the judge finally announced the verdict. Victor was declared guilty. He was sentenced to prison. His father's reputation collapsed. Their business suffered, their power faded. People called it revenge, but for me, it was justice. Did it bring Daniel back? No. Did it remove my pain? Never. But it gave my child dignity. It told the world that Daniel's life mattered. Today, I run a small charity in Daniel's name. I help families who cannot fight powerful people. I support road accident awareness programs every time I help another mother. I feel Daniel smiling somewhere. I visit his grave every Sunday. I tell him everything about my week. I tell him how many lives we helped together, because he is still my strength. Revenge does not always mean destroying someone. Sometimes revenge means standing so strong that truth destroys lies by itself. I lost my child, but I found my voice. And if you are listening to this story today, remember one thing. Love your family, value your time, and never stay silent when truth needs your courage. Because silence protects injustice, but courage creates justice. If you like this story, share it with someone who needs strength today. And remember, every voice matters.